All right. Scott, let me turn to you. Do you have a pick on which one holds the most heft to move the markets? And by the way, I should also mention 30% of the S&P companies are going to report earnings this week. It's a very crowded calendar, as we just showed you guys.
Yeah, Liz, so what Sarge just said, you have to really make a defined moment between the short term, what's going to happen this week, maybe next week, and longer term. I agree with Sarge that infrastructure policies like that probably have more of an impact longer term. But for what's going to happen right now, it is still squarely on Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft. I know that is boring, and I know that FANG has fallen out of favor, but the bottom line is these stocks are still the heavyweights of this market. And how those stocks go in the short run right now is how the market is going to go this week and probably next week. Yes, you're right, Liz. You said before, Powell's not going to say anything about lowering rates right now. We know that, and that's going to, probably not be anything until Jackson Hole next month. We got a report from Goldman Sachs this morning cutting growth forecast. So in terms of, GDP and economic news, yeah.
Okay, but Scott, last Friday, we had David Kelly, one of the best economists. He's over at JP Morgan. He said 10% GDP for the quarter. That's the print he is looking at. Yeah. So, you got dueling choices here, and we know what the economy is doing. It is roaring ahead, is it not?
It absolutely is. They could print 8%. They could print 10%. The way the market is trading, it's going to take it in stride, in my opinion. Again, for the short run, for this week, next week, it is those four heavyweights, maybe a couple other names that Sarge had mentioned as well. Going forward, yes, interest rate policy, infrastructure, GDP economic reports, absolutely. That's what's going to drive us to the rest of the third, fourth quarter. For the immediate term, especially for that trader, those are the names you got to watch.